I'm Shelley Tobin, and welcome to another episode of In Pursuit of Higher Knowledge, a show dedicated to helping you attract, hire, engage, and retain the right people for your business. In this episode, we'll be looking at 5 tips you can use to help conduct an effective video interview with your job candidates. So let's get started. Technology advancements over the past few decades have greatly changed the way we do most everything at work. One of these advancements that has found its way into the hiring process is the use of video conferencing platforms to conduct video interviews as a replacement for phone and in-person interviews. With companies looking for ways to streamline their hiring processes by reducing costs and recruitment time, video interviewing is likely to continue to gain in popularity in the years to come. There are 2 types of video interviews commonly in use as part of the recruitment stage of the hiring process. These are the one-way interview and the two-way interview. With a one-way interview, your job candidate is given a set of questions. They video record their responses to those questions and submit the video for your review. With a two-way interview, you and your job candidate are involved in a live two-way video conference call where a face-to-face interview can take place. For this episode, we will be looking at the two-way interview. The first thing you need to do if you are going to conduct video interviews is decide on what video conferencing platform you will use. If your business already has a video conference platform, this will likely be an easy choice. Just keep in mind that you want to minimize the software that your job candidate needs to install and learn. Even if your business has a platform, you may want to consider the use of more mainstream video conferencing options such as Skype or Google Hangouts, as most people will have easy access to these. If video conferencing is a regular part of your job, you likely have all the hardware that you will need. If not, you need to ensure that you have a good quality computer, a web camera with a microphone, and a high-speed internet connection. If any one of these items are not up to par, you will likely encounter poor video and audio quality that will put the effectiveness of your video interview at risk. When choosing where you will conduct your video interviews, you want to ensure that you are presenting your audio and video in the most professional way possible. Begin by staging the area behind you to minimize any distractions. This could include whiteboards, corkboards, pictures, or even windows into a busy hallway. Preferably use a plain wall behind you. Next, consider how the lighting, both natural and artificial, will affect the picture. It's definitely nice to have that window in your office that lets in natural light, but how will it affect your video if the sun is shining in behind you? Likely you will be able to control this using a blind, but if not, you will need to find another method or location. Is there enough artificial light in your office? If not, you should be able to add a lamp beside your desk which you can shine towards yourself during the interview. Finally, check the background noise in your area. Sit quietly in your office and listen for any background noise that you might have tuned out over time. Is your office next to the loading bay where backup beepers will be sounding throughout the day? Is the hallway outside your office a high traffic area that can get noisy? What about heating and cooling noise from fans and blowing air? If there is a lot of background noise that you can't control, you will need to find a different location. Once you feel your interview environment is ready, turn on your webcam, record some video, and then play it back for yourself. Take a look at the area behind you. How does it look? Did you forget about that fast food containers that you just filled the garbage can with? Is the light above you shining off your forehead? Are the clothes you're wearing blending in with your background, giving you the appearance of a floating head? Next, listen closely to the audio. Do you hear anything you didn't expect? You will often be surprised at what you hear. Suddenly, the fan on your desktop or the nearby printer is a whole lot more noticeable. Make changes as necessary until you are presenting the best possible interview environment. Being a good video interview is not as easy as it sounds. It is vitally important to your success that you are proficient with the technology and comfortable with being on video. Like anything else, if you want to get good, you need to practice. The best way to practice is to conduct mock video interviews with anyone that you can convince to participate. If you can, record these mock video interviews so that you can watch them afterwards to critique how you did. Special note here, Make sure that you are looking at the camera when you ask a question and not your computer screen. This will be much more engaging for your job candidate. Take time during each mock interview to work with the technology. Do you know how to properly start the session? Do you know how to mute your microphone and/or video if necessary? Do you know how to quickly troubleshoot problems if they occur? Practice, practice, and more practice. The two big things to consider when booking your video interviews is technology and time. First, you need to ensure that your job candidate has the correct technology and they know how to use it to participate in a video interview. I would suggest that you create an email template that makes sure that they understand what they need to participate in the session, how to connect to the session, and encourage them to choose a noise and distraction-free location. Second, make sure you get the time right. One of the wonderful things about video interviewing is that you can interview job candidates from anywhere around the country or even around the world. What all too many video interviewers forget about are time zones. If you are sending your invite through your video conferencing platform or email, the time zone may adjust to the receiver's settings. Don't count on this. You need to ensure that your job candidate is clear about the time for the interview. This final tip could be the difference in your overall success when using video interviewing. It is plain and simple. Always have a backup plan. If you are doing lots of video interviewing, it is inevitable that at some point you are going to have problems. This could be anything from the internet going down, to your computer crashing, to the fire alarm going off in the building. Regardless of what it is, you need to have a backup plan. The easiest plan to put in place is to ensure that you have a phone number that you can immediately reach your job candidate on. You can then call the job candidate and get them to wait for you to get the session back up, reschedule the session, or conduct the remainder of the session on the phone. The use of video interviewing can be a great way to streamline your hiring process by reducing your costs and recruitment time. Using the tips provided in today's episode will help ensure that you find success with this method of interviewing. Thanks for joining me for this episode containing tips for conducting an effective video interview with your job candidates. Make sure to check out the show notes for a full transcript as well as links to some additional resources. If you have any questions about today's episode, you can contact me at inbox@shelleytobin.com or leave a comment below. I promise to get back to you as soon as possible. Finally, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and join me for our next episode. Thanks again and have a wonderful day.